Plymouth Furniture. Home starts here. American Legion. Veterans strengthening America with family and community engagement. Call 920-627-1879 or visit wilegion.org for more information. Meyer Motors. Serving the community with new and used vehicles for over 98 years. Visit us on social or gomeyermotors.com. Plymouth Glass. Go first class with Plymouth Glass. Your top choice for custom glass shower enclosures. Tietz's Piggly Wiggly. Shop the pig. Tietz's Piggly Wiggly with locations in Plymouth, Howards Grove, and Sheboygan. Miller & Belt. We've got lawnmowers and snowblowers, chainsaws, and more. Why not stop in and visit our store today?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself, the other drivers, the rest of the crews, the teams, the facility here, thank you so much for spending your hard-earned money to watch us come show off. We want to thank the Simons and their crew, Nick especially. They put a lot of hard work into this show. Thank the racetrack for the venue, and thank you guys for allowing me the opportunity to perform the anthem in front of you. Thank you.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Tom Eller, ladies and gentlemen. And how about it, race fans? Who's ready to go racing at the Jim Wildman Watson Classic? Let's try this one again. Austin Hansen and Tristan Furseth on the front row. Much better for green into turns 1 and 2. Austin Hansen on the bottom. And there goes Tristan Furseth circling around the outside of the number 11. Furseth to the lead down the back straightaway. Drifts up the racetrack, though. Austin Hansen going to be strong off the bottom. Drag race to the line. Tristan Furseth leads lap number 1. Furseth to the lead through turns 1 and 2. Hansen not going away on the bottom side of the racetrack. And here comes Tyler Cookshouse. Cookshouse to the inside of Radar. He'll grab that third spot. Side by side for fourth. Nearly contact between the 23Z and the 99J. Seth Johnson looks to the inside of Radar through turns 1 and 2 as Cookshouse goes to work on Austin Hansen off of turn number 2. The 7-11 up into second. The new track record holder into the second spot as Seth Johnson now takes the fourth spot away from Zach Radar. Field works down the back straightaway. Tristan Furseth still leading this heat race. Tyler Cookshouse closing in the Super Shocks number 7-11. Top two starting to separate themselves from the rest of the field as Austin Hansen now has a mirror full of Seth Johnson and Zach Radar. Hansen's car just a little bit tight, especially through turns 3 and 4 as Zach Radar gets the fourth spot back from Johnson and now goes to work on Austin Hansen for third. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, Tyler Cookshouse has closed it and now caught the 57F of Tristan Furseth. Oh, Seth Johnson way up and over the banking through turns 3 and 4. We stay green. Cokeshouse with a good run off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. This time by the white flag will fly. 1 lap to go for Tristan first set, but here comes Cokeshouse. Cokeshouse to the lead down the front straightaway. First set sends it back to the outside through turns 1 and 2. Side by side off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Door to door into turns 3 and 4 for the lead. First set on the top. Cokeshouse on the bottom. Drag race to the line. Tristan Furseth gets it back at the line. What a first heat race for the Autometer Wisconsin Wingless Sprint Car Series, and by 21 thousandths of a second, give it to Tristan Furseth. On the front row of heat race number 2. And they'll come down to the speed stripe in turn number 4. We're green in heat 2. Good start from Lager on the outside. Egan pitches it sideways into turns 1 and 2. He'll grab the lead off of the second corner. Lager trying to fight back on the outside, and here comes the 17 of Bryce Andrews. Egan up the hill. Craig Lager slides underneath him to take the lead. Andrews and Hafford went side by side, and now Andrews looking to the inside of Egan as Egan knocks on the tail tank of the 52 down the back straightaway, and here comes Bryce Andrews. Andrews looks to the inside of Lager through turns 3 and 4. Race for the lead off of the corner. Give it to the 17. Good racing at the front of the field as now Alan Hafford goes to the bottom. He'll grab the second spot. Nearly a 4-car race for the lead as now Lager and Egan drop back just a little bit. Andrews to the point, but here comes Taters. Alan Hafford to the lead on lap number 3. Every single lap of this heat race has had a different leader so far, but Alan Hafford to the point. Bryce Andrews trying to fight back around the outside of turns 3 and 4. He'll tuck in behind the 38 off of the corner. Hafford to the bottom in turns 1 and 2, running the tires to perfection here at the Plymouth Third Track. Egan now sliding back just a little bit in the 3rd spot. Craig Lager in 4th. Josh Davidson in 5th. And Ralph Johnson rounds out the field here so far as Craig Lager once again takes a peek to the inside of the number 50 of Rusty Egan. Egan on the top, Lager on the bottom, nearly side by side. Lager almost up into the wall on the back straightaway. Andrews trying to close back in on Hafford at the front, but nowhere to go for the number 17 just yet. And now Andrews missed the bottom in turns 1 and 2. Going to drop back about 3 or 4 car lengths to the number 38. This time by, white flag out. 1 more lap to go for the number 38. Down the back straightaway, he'll roll through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Alan Hafford going to take heat race number 2 for the Wingless Sprint Cars here tonight. Bryce Andrews in 2nd, Rusty Egan in 3rd, and Craig Lager in 4th. So how about it, race fans, taking heat race number 2 here tonight out of Beach Park, Illinois, Alan Taters Hafford. So here we go. Gertner the 3rd and Zelski will lead the field down to the stripe. We're green in heat race number 3. Good start from Zelski around the outside, and Gertner on the front row. Jimmy Sivia trying to follow him on by, but here comes Johnny Fall on the inside of Sivia down the back straightaway. Sivia pulls away just a little bit, goes to work on Gertner the 3rd for 2nd. Off of turn number 4, Ryan Zelski leads lap number 1. Sivia clears the 0 of Johnny Fall down the front straightaway. Can't find a way by Gertner the 3rd just yet. Off of turn number 2. Oh, Gertner got a little bit sideways off of the bottom. Opens up the door for Sivia on the outside. Jimmy Sivia at a 2nd. Johnny Fall in that 4th spot. Trinity Utek in 5th. Utek took a peek to the inside of Fall through turns 1 and 2, but got a little bit tight. Nothing doing for the Sugar Construction number 7 just yet. Fall starting to close in on Gertner the 3rd, bringing Trinity Utek with him in a battle for that 3rd spot. Zelski out front by a healthy margin over Jimmy Sivia here so far as Johnny Fall once again gets a good run on Gertner the 3rd down the back straightaway. The 4G through the middle of turns 3 and 4. Fall ducks low. The number 0 up into the 3rd spot. Utek got way up and over the cushion through turns 3 and 4. Lost a lot of ground to the 0, and now she's got to do all the work again to catch back up to the 4G of George Gertner the 3rd. Off of turn number 4, 2 laps to go for the 14Z of Ryan Zelski. Zelski down the back straightaway will roll through turns 3 and 4 and see the white flag this time. Field strung out now around the Plymouth Third Track. Yellow in turn number 3 for the 7 of Trinity UTEC, rolling to a stop in the Shuriken. Zelski gets back on the gas. We're back racing here in the third and final heat race. Zelski through the middle, now dives low through turn number 2. Field stretches out once again. Reich actually with a run on George Garrett to the third for the 4th spot down the back straightaway as the white flag flies for Ryan Zelski. UTEC slices back to the inside. Reich will take that 5th spot. Going to get held up just a little bit by George Garrett to the third through turns 1 and 2. Contact between the 7 and the 21T. As off of turn number 4, the checkered flag flies for Ryan Zelski. Jimmy Sibia in 2nd, Johnny Fall in 3rd. George Garrett to the 3rd and 4th, Mitchell Reich in 5th, and Trinity UTEC rounds out the field. So taking the 3rd and final heat race for the Autometer Wisconsin Wingless Sprint Car Series out of Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, Ryan Zelski. Verhagen and Anschutz will lead the field to green here. Heat number 1 for the street stocks comes to the green off of turn number 4. Anschutz with a good jump to the outside of the front row. Try to cut off Verhagen through turns 1 and 2. Car up and over the cushion. The 71H of David Hornick is your overall quick time award winner here tonight. He falls way back in the field for heat race number 1. Edward Anschutz going to lead lap number 1. Verhagen in the 2nd spot. Shannon Goulet in 3rd. Mike Meyer in 4th. Tyler Netikoven, Todd Brzezowski, David Horning, and Ariana Ross round out the field. Top 5 transfer out of this first heat race. Horning now looks to the inside of Brzezowski. That is for the 5th and final transfer spot. He's got it down the front straightaway. So Horning up to 5th. Mike Meyer and Todd Brzezowski now on the outside looking in of a transfer spot. Anschutz well out in front of this one. Verhagen still in that 2nd spot. Shannon Goulet now looks to the outside down the front straightaway. The 111 looks to the outside of the 95V down the back straightaway. Sends it to the cushion through turns 3 and 4. Nothing doing just yet. Verhagen holding strong for now on the bottom. And now battle for that 5th and final transfer spot. Mike Meyer looks to the inside of David Horning. He's got him at the line through turns 1 and 2. Horning going to power back around the outside of the number 8M. Good battle for that 5th and final transfer spot. Halfway home now this time. 3 laps to go for Eddie Anschutz. Verhagen dives low on the front straightaway. Opens up the outside for Goulet to continue ripping the top. And now crosses back to the back bumper of the 95V off of turn number 2. Horning now looking for some insurance to the outside of Netikoven through turns 3 and 4. Next time by, the white flag will fly as Anschutz works down the back straightaway. Almost a straightaway lead for the number 71. The white flag out, 1 more lap to go for the Eagle. Off of turn number 4, Verhagen still holding on to that 2nd spot. Horning still in the 5th and final transfer as down the back straightaway. Eddie Anschutz loses in a little bit of lap traffic. Has to check up. Nonetheless, no harm, no foul. He'll come to the line and win heat race number 1. Verhagen in the 2nd spot and Shannon Goulet in 3rd. David Horning in 4th and Tyler Netikoven rounds out the 5th and final transfer spot. Heat race number 1 going to the driver out of Denmark, Wisconsin. Race pins, give it up for Eddie the Eagle Anschutz. Starting on the pole of the 22H of Hope Eisel. We're going to come to the green this first time by off of turn number 4. Green in heat race number 2 for the street stocks. Eisel on the inside of the front row, looks to the bottom. Everard up on the top of the racetrack, nearly side by side. Eisel pulls away down the back straightaway. Everard back to the top through turns 3 and 4. But off at the corner, Jason Eisel going to lead lap number 1. The 6 of Josh McDonald up into that 3rd spot, looks to the inside of Everard through turns 1 and 2. Side by side for 2nd down the back straightaway. Give it to the number 6. McDonald into the 2nd spot, side by side for 3rd. Austin Steinke grabs it down the front straightaway. Looks like that, Everard back to 4th. And now race for the lead. Josh McDonald all over the tail of Jason Eisel off at turn number 4, and he's bringing Austin Steinke with him. Top 3 starting to separate themselves from Tony Everard in that 4th spot. Steinke all over the back of McDonald as they work off at turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Just nowhere to go for the 24S just yet. Eisel drifting high a little bit off of turn number 4 and turn number 2. We'll see if the 6 can take advantage of that. 6 just following in the tire tracks of the 838 here so far. Halfway home, 4 and 4 to go this time by. There'll be 3 circuits remaining. And now McDonald does dive low off of turn number 4. Eisel sees him coming through turns 1 and 2, goes right through the middle of the racetrack, but here comes McDonald off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Side by side for the lead, gonna go into turn number 3. The 6 on the inside of the 838 has to check up. Jason Eisel keeping the lead so far, but they're still side by side. McDonald to the bottom once again. Austin Stanky waiting in the weeds with 2 laps to go. McDonald down the back straightaway, dives low once again through turns 3 and 4. Again, that car snaps tight on him on the bottom, and here comes Stanky. White flag out, 1 more lap to go for Jason Eisel. One final shot for the 6 of Josh McDonald, going to be into turns 3 and 4 as now Stanky closes in on the 6 down the back straightaway. Through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Jason Eisel going to grab heat race number 2 for the Street Stocks. Josh McDonald in second, Austin Stanky in third, Tony Everard fourth, and Nate Gross rounds out the transfer cars. Taking the win in heat race number 2 for the Street Stocks here tonight out of Rhinelander, the 838, Jason Eisel. 8V is Josh Vetting. The 14 of Bennett Glidden rounding out the field as we're coming to the green. Third and final heat race for the Street Stocks. Morrison and Bangert go side by side into turns 1 and 2. Bangert tries to chop the nose off of Morrison off of turn number 2. He's got the lead down the back straightaway. Morrison into that second spot now. Derek Kay, Matt McDonald side by side. Look out, contact into turns 3 and 4. Everybody keeps it together somehow. That was Matt McDonald almost spun around as Sean Bangert leads lap number 1. Quentin Morrison and Derek Kay, the top 3. Kay now looking to the inside of Morrison down the back straightaway. The 1K to the inside of the 51, but Morrison not able to make it work. And now Matt McDonald once again closing in on the top 4. His battle for the 5th and final transfer spot. John Vetting and Bennett Glidden nearly side by side on the front straightaway as the top 4 pull away from 5th of John Vetting. Once again, nearly side by side for the lead down the front straightaway. Bangert holding strong so far in the number 4, but now here comes Quentin Morrison back to the inside off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, side by side for the lead into turns 3 and 4. Contact between the 2 of them. Quentin Morrison gets the elbows out, grabs the lead back from Sean Bangert. Derek Kay sneaks by on the inside of the number 4 as well. He's up into the second spot now. Bangert now slots in behind the 1K down the back straightaway. Matt McDonald waiting in the weeds in the 4th spot. Oh, putting the bumper to the 51 off of turn number 4 was the 1K of Derek Kay. Kay looks to the inside through turns 1 and 2. Sean Bangert trying to capitalize there, lost a little bit of ground. Kay back to the inside of Morrison. Morrison shoves him down into the tires in the infield. Side by side for the race lead. 2 laps to go. Tip of the flag. Off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Kay getting a push from Bangert. Bangert now goes to the top. Contacted upside down into turn number 3. Red flag. Things getting rough and rowdy at the front of that heat race between the 51, the 1K, and the 4. And turn number 3 is A-OK. Not every day you see a street stock go upside down, especially here at the Plymouth Dirt Track. So good to see Quentin Morrison able to walk away from that one. Number 4, he'll lead the field back to green off of turn number 4, 2 laps to go. Bangert through the middle of turns 1 and 2, going to hold the lead side by side for second. John Vetting looking around the outside of Matt McDonald. Vetting on the outside, slots back to the inside, right in front of the 6M. Oh, now more contact off of turn number 4 as the white flag flies. Vetting and McDonald getting together. Vetting going to park it in the infield. We stay green. And now the yellow flag comes out. So it's still 2 laps to go here in this 3rd and final street stock heat race. Bangert again all alone on the front row. It's that good jump on the start through turns 1 and 2. McDonald now up into the 2nd spot. Bennett Glidden now shut the door on Vetting. Vetting backs out of it through turns 1 and 2. Or 3 and 4, excuse me. The white flag's out. 1 lap to go for Sean Banger. Banger down the back straightaway. McDonald in tow through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Sean Banger going to finally put this one in the books and take home the third and final heat race for the Street Stocks. Matt McDonald in second, Bennett Glidden in third, John Benning in fourth, and Trevor Vandehei in fifth. Heat number 1 for the in the front row here for heat race number 1 for the modifieds will come to the green off of turn number 4. Worth with a good jump off the bottom. Glenn's going to look to the outside through turns 1 and 2. 3 wide for second, and Brad Lubach threads the needle on the inside. He'll go to the lead down the back straightaway. Lubach off of turn number 4 will come around to lead lap number 1. A little bit of contact between the second and third place cars. The number 6 and the 79 of Gary Yankee goes side by side. Yankee now to the second spot, and here comes Jaden Schmidt. Schmidt to the inside of Worth down the back straightaway looking for the third spot. Brad Lubach continues to lead. Schmidt will grab third from Worth off of turn number 4. Matt Clens in that fifth and final transfer spot here so far. Clens now looks to the inside of Worth down the back straightaway. He'll take the fourth spot down the back stretch. Austin Winkle and Mike Simons, the first 2 cars on the outside looking in here so far. Winkle now all over the back of David Worth through turns 1 and 2, but nowhere to go just yet for the number 88. Now he looks to the inside down the back straightaway. Does he force the issue into turn number 3? No, thinks better of it. Backs out. Jaden Schmidt now all over the second place car of Gary Yankee through turns 1 and 2. Schmidt to the inside of the 79 down the back straightaway. He does force the issue into turns 3 and 4. Side by side for the second spot between Schmidt and Yankee. Yankee holds the spot for now into turns 1 and 2. That time by 3 laps to go for Brad Lubach. Schmidt once again pulls even with Yankee down the back straightaway. Has to send it to the inside. Jaden Schmidt to second. The new track record holder here at the foot of the third track. Up into the second spot. And pulls away quick, fast, and in a hurry as there's 2 laps to go for Brad Lubach. Now Clens all over the tail of Gary Yankee down the back straightaway. The fifth and final transfer spot still up for grabs. Oh, Brad Lubach! That appears to be an engine expiration on the number 37. The leader off of the racetrack on the final lap as he took the white flag. So through turns 3 and 4, Jaden Schmidt gonna win heat race number 1. Gary Yankee in the second spot. Matt Clens will be in third. David Worth in fourth. And Mike Simons grabs the fifth and final transfer spot. Wow. Heartbreak for Brad Lubach on the final lap, going up in smoke down the front straightaway. So your heat race winner and heat race number 1, your new track record holder out of Seymour, Wisconsin, the 24 of Jaden Schmidt. Heat number 2 will 4, and coming to the green, second of 3 heat races for the modifieds. Good start from Bodendorfer to the outside. Chops the nose off of Ostrowski through turns 1 and 2. Bodendorfer to the lead off of turn number 2. Ostrowski now back to third. Oh, more contact down the front straightaway. Jason Conrad up into second. Steve Laurier to third. Brendan Ostrowski back to fourth now. Adam Abbey in fifth. Side by side for fourth down the back straightaway. Ostrowski now back to fifth. Adam Abbey up into fourth. Abbey looks to the inside of Steve Laurier now down the front straightaway, nearly side by side between the 66 and the 33A off of turn number 2. Meanwhile, Bodendorfer out front and gone. Jason Conrad solidly in the second spot. Oh, car spins around and turns 3 and 4. Yellow flag gonna fly. Please go but get your bikes as soon as possible. Off of turn number 4, back to the green in heat race number 2. Bodendorfer through turns 1 and 2. Solidly out to the lead. Laurier into that second spot now down the back straightaway. Conrad back to third and now in jeopardy of going back even further as Abbey looks to the inside of Conrad down the front straightaway. Off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Conrad into the wall off of turn number 2. Abbey's going to go by. And now Wittenberg into the top 5 as well. Looks to the inside of Conrad. Conrad at risk of going into the 5th and final transfer spot with Ostrowski waiting in the weeds there to take advantage of that and get himself up into a transfer. Meanwhile, back at the front, going to be 2 laps to go for Jeff Bodendorfer. Nearly side by side for third as Wittenberg goes to the inside of the 33A of Adam Abbey. Abbey off at turn number 2 down the back straightaway, going to hold that third spot for now. Is off at turn number 4. The white flag flies. 1 more lap to go for Jeff Bodendorfer. Could be a battle for that 5th and final transfer spot as Ostrowski's got it now by the flag stand as Wittenberg will grab the 3rd spot down the back straightaway. Off at turn number 4, the checkered flag's out. Jeff Bodendorfer takes heat race number 2. Steve Laurier in the 2nd spot. Mike Wittenberg in 3rd. Adam Abbey in 4th. And more contact and more problems. Brendan Ostrowski, who is in a transfer spot, slows down the front straightaway. So tough break for the 27 of Brendan Ostrowski, but that will move Jason Conrad into the 5th and final transfer spot. Race fans, give it up for your heat race number 2 winner here tonight. Out of Waterford, Wisconsin, the 95 of Jeff Bodendorfer. Heat race number 3 is underway for the Model 5s. Siebert with a good jump off the low line at turns 1 and 2. Tim Robbins trying to go around the outside down the back straightaway. The top 3 starting to separate themselves from the field already after lap number 1. Side by side, 3 wide down the front straightaway. Tim Robbins going to lead lap number 1. Bart Siebert in the 2nd spot. Cody Schrader, though, looks to the inside of the 11 off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Nowhere to go for the 20C just yet. Now Siebert washes up off of turn number 4. Has to get on the brakes. Cody Schrader will go to 2nd. Mike Clens in the 4th spot. Tanner Yankee in the 5th and final transfer here so far. Yankee drifts up the racetrack, though, off of turn number 2. Nothing doing for the 19P of Clint Parsons as he's the first car on the outside looking in. But he has to deal with Tom Neubauer, the number 68. That best battle on the racetrack might be for that 3rd spot. Mark Siebert falling into the clutches of Mike Clens a little bit, but now pulls a little bit of a gap down the back straightaway. Siebert, that car just does not look happy through turns 3 and 4. All kinds of out of shape. That's now maybe a problem for Mike Clens. He got all out of shape off of turn number 4 as they might have a race for the lead on our hands. Cody Schrader closing in on Tim Robbins off of turn number 4. That time by 5 in 3 to go for the number 451, but he's got Cody Schrader all over him. The Manitowoc driver all over Robbins into turns 3 and 4. Sailing it on the outside off of the corner. Tim Robbins going to hold the lead with 2 laps to go. Yankee solidly in that 5th and final transfer spot. Next time by, the white flag will fly for Tim Robbins. Schrader doing all he can to get by the 451. He has to get on the brakes off of turn number 4. The white flag flies. 1 more to go. Robbins to the bottom through turns 1 and 2. Schrader's got to get a good run down the back straightaway. About a 3-car length gap as Schrader will send it to the outside through turns 3 and 4. Tim Robbins going to hang on for the heat race win. Cody Schrader in 2nd. Good battle for 3rd will come to the line. It's going to be Mike Clens in the number 17. Bart Siebert in 4th. And Tanner Yankee rounds out the 5 transfers. How about it, race fans? Holding off a hard-charging Cody Schlafer. Tim Robbins out of Rosendale takes the 3rd and final modified heat race here tonight. Next up on the card should be
Scheffler and Anveling leading them down. We are green. White the jump for Scheffler on the inside. He's able to take off. Anveling right in his tire tracks as the top 2 start taking away. And look at Justin Schmidt in the 97 from the back row looking for 3rd on lap 1. Paul Nisnik will hold him off for the time being, but Justin Schmidt is on the charge in the 97 all the way from the back up to the 4th spot. Nisnik holding him up for just a moment, but he won't be able to do it now. There goes Justin Schmidt all the way up to 3rd. Probably not the qualifying effort he was looking for, but now he's making up for it here in the heat race. Across the line to lap number 3. Fastest car on the racetrack right now might be in 3rd. The 9s will do battle. That's Jamie Sider in the black and green number 9 alongside Tom Nayert in the white and yellow number 9 just outside of the top 5. Sider hanging it high, wide, and Hansen. Top 2 have broken away. Although Justin Schmidt got up to third, he's not really making up too much ground. Taylor Scheffler continues to lead here at halfway. Second spot belongs to the 15 of Andelin. Now Paul Parker is starting to catch up to Paul Nisnik, and that'll be a battle for the fourth spot as they roll in a 3 and 4. Nisnik slipping off of that inside lane just a little bit. Parker takes a look. Parker again gets a peek down to the inside. Nisnik able to turn him away, and then he runs away by about 2 car lengths, but then jumps up the ladder again, leaving that inside line open for Paul Parker. Parker a little bit better at 3 and 4. Nisnik a bit better at 1 and 2, and there he goes, taking off again. Across the line, this will be lap number 8 for Taylor Scheffler. Looking strong out front, the 10S. A former winner of the Jim Wildman Watson Classic back in 2020. Looking to start up in the first 3 starting spots. White flag is down, 1 to go for Scheffler. Taylor Scheffler takes heat race number 1. Hamling will be second, and Justin Schmidt will finish third. How about Justin Schmidt in a hurry from 7th, ends up third here in heat race number 1. Second spot and a redraw position will go to Nick Hamling in the 15, and our winner, the Gary Bellman Trucking number 10S. How about it for Taylor Scheffler? Link equipment for the Wabam Dirt Kings Late Model Tour. 10 laps coming up. We are green. Endler fighting with Mullen for one of those 2 redraw spots down on the inside. Endler is going to take the second spot away from Mighty Mike Mullen. Endler, who cut his teeth right here at Plymouth Dirt Track, coming to the second spot. He's riding some nice momentum after a big top 3 finish at Anago last Friday night. Joel Bennett's on the charge. Mike Mullen slipping back a bit. It's Bennett up to the 3rd spot now. Everybody still trailing Brett Swetberg early on in this one. Lap 3, the 3 continues to lead over Endler and the 7. Mullen still trying to find a little magic in the 99. He's having some issues. Chris Ortell and Justin Ritchie are starting to step up as well. Halfway through heat race number 2 for Brett Swetberg as he comes across the line. Bill Edler still hanging onto that second redraw spot, but it is Joel Bennett starting to catch up to him in the 7th. Bennett racing last night at Sycamore Speedway with the Dirt Kings, had been off for quite a while. Going to see him back in action, and now putting the heat on Bill Edler. Took a peek down to the inside. Edler leaving him just enough to look at, but not quite enough to work with yet. However, Bennett is right on the back bumper of the 77. Now going to swing down to the inside. Bianos at the line. Joel Bennett is taking the second spot. He'll take it for good. Endler falling back to 3rd. Mullen back on the charge in the 99 as he's starting to close it on both Bennett and Edler. Across the line, 2 to go for Swetberg. Brett Swetberg, unfortunately, has had some bad luck over the last couple of weeks as he was trying to make a championship bid here. Won't pan out, but he could end making some nice noise here tonight. As we'll see the checkered flag fly in heat race number 2, and it's dominated by Brett Swetberg in the 3, and the second spot will go to Joel Bennett. Swetberg coming off of a nice top 5 last night. Good start to the night here with that fast time for the heat race and walking away with a heat race win. Soybird Cat Franchise, Dan Nolan Livestock, Amsoil Ray Yeager, Olson Electric, Cruz Johnson, 5, Joe Bongiorno, Tim Rothie out of Hortonville in the 56 rounds out the field. Heat race number 3 is green. Brad Miller gets off to a nice start. Sawyer Specht running in the second spot. Colton Rail trying to hold off Lucas Pasto. Miller, the 2024 champion, Was oh so close to a win when the Dirt Kings were here back in August, just about a month ago. Led most of that race, and then a late restart. Nick Hamling took it away from him. Miller will be looking for some vengeance here tonight in the Jim Wildman Watson Classic. Coming across the line, setting a pretty quick pace here. 3 down, Miller well away from the rest of the pack. Sawyer Speck running in second, Rail will be third. As Lucas Bostel had Jaden Schmidt down to the inside for a moment, but was able to hold him off. Miller still out front in this one, and he is putting on a clinic. Oh, I thought he was going up to the outside wall, but he's just searching for all of the very best speed around Plymouth Dirt Track. Knows the facility well, multiple-time champion, and he is looking for the Big Dirt Kings Tour win tonight. Across the line down to lap number 6. Sawyer Speck trailing him not too far behind in the 99. And it's Lucas Bostel ready to make a move on Colton Rail for 30. Got around him, Rail, into that left rear quarter. Raised it up, and then they race away. Now here comes Jaden Schmidt taking a peek down on the inside. He won't be able to make the move as Rail's trying to get back to third now. Riding on the tires on the inside. Look at the run from Rail. Down to the inside to take third, back away from Lucas Bostel. Very powerful move by the driver of the 89. Now with just 2 to go. Brad J.J. Miller one away from a heat race number 3 win. He'll see where he gets the redraw. He'll start somewhere 1 through 3 tonight. In a dominating performance here in this third and final heat race, Brad J.J. Miller takes the win. Second spot will go to Sawyer Speck, and Colton Rail gets back to third in the 89. Very fast, very racy surface here tonight. Going to make for some awesome A main events, which are coming up in just a few moments. It'll be Sawyer Speck to the 99 and our...
Here we go, off of turn number 4. Street stock A main to staging. Street stock A main to staging. As down the back straightaway, Austin Winkle to the lead. And he will come off at turn number 4 to lead lap number 1. Randy Marquardt Jr. to the second spot. Clint Parsons in third, Parker Glander fourth. And contact through turns 1 and 2. Yellow flag gonna fly. Didn't see how that started, but saw how it ended. Looked like Brendan Ostrowski didn't go there on the bottom of the racetrack. Gonna lose a bunch of spots as now Parker Glander to third off of turn number 2, working down the back straightaway. Glander looking to the outside of Randy Marquardt Jr. through turns 3 and 4 as Austin Winkle continues to lead. Glander loses a spot though, the 89 of Logan Brass looking up into this third spot now, slides up in front of Glander off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Brass with a run on Marquardt Jr. through turns 3 and 4, going to try and duck back down to the low line, but slides up just a little bit. Parker Glander holding strong in the 4th spot for now. Randy Marquardt Jr. down the back straightaway, holding on to the 2nd spot. Brass in 3rd, Glander in 4th. Tom Neubauer in that 5th and final transfer spot, but he washes up off of turn number 4. Race for the 5th spot down the front straightaway. Neubauer tries to slam the door. Clint Parsons going to grab it through turns 1 and 2, but Neubauer crosses him over off of the 2nd corner and down the back straightaway. Parsons trying to go to work on the outside of Neubauer. They make contact once again through turns 3 and 4. Clint Parsons up into 5th now. Neubauer opens up the door for Ostrowski into turns 1 and 2. Ostrowski to 6th. Meanwhile, battle for 2nd down the back straightaway. Logan Brass going to grab the spot from Randy Marquardt Jr. Marquardt down the front straightaway back to 3rd. Clint Parsons now in the 5th and final transfer spot, trying to close in on the 19 of Gary Glander. The 19G and the 19P line is stirred in 4th and 5th. Ostrowski not making any inroads on the number 19P just yet as he falls further back outside of a transfer spot. Next time by, it'll be tip of the green, 2 to go for the 88 of Austin Winkle. The 11B of Brad Buckman calls it a race, pulls it into the infield. Winkle takes the 2 to go signal from Alex Gilhart on the flag stand. Battle for 4th shaping up. Parker Glander on the inside. Clint Parsons works to the outside through turns 1 and 2. White flag out. One more lap to go for Austin Winkle. Clint Parsons just got to be sure that he doesn't force the issue and make a kind of mistake trying to get by the 19G. Oh, and Parker Glander breaks and goes into the infield. Parker Glander breaks out of a transfer spot as the checkered flag flies. Austin Winkle going to win the B feature. Logan Brass going to come home in the second spot. Randy Marquardt will finish in third. Clint Parsons in fourth, and Brendan Ostrowski redemption after that heat race. He takes the fifth and final transfer. So heartbreak for Parker Glander, but that means Brendan Ostrowski, Clint Parsons, Randy Marquardt Jr., Logan Brass, and race fans, give it up for your B feature winner here tonight, the 88 of Austin Winkle. Those 5 drivers will head into the A feature. We have a new A main order with obviously weather. Donald lead the field off at turn number 4, 20 laps the distance. We're green off at turn number 4. Good start from Goulet on the bottom, rolls through turns 1 and 2. McDonald works to the outside. He'll grab that second spot down the back straightaway. Austin Steinke into third, and here comes David Horning up on the outside of the racetrack. Off at turn number 4, Shannon Goulet leads lap number 1. Austin Steinke in that second spot in the 24S. Matt McDonald back to third. And now here comes Josh McDonald off of the second corner down the back straightaway. The number 6 will grab the third spot, and oh, look out, car spun around off of turn number 4. The yellow flag flies. 1 lap complete. Shannon Goulet, the leader, believe. This time, Shannon Goulet going to be all alone on the front row of the Delaware double file restart. Back racing, 19 laps to go. McDonald looks to the outside through turns 1 and 2. Steinke on the low line. And here comes Horning down the back straightaway. Horning nearly up into the wall. Race for the lead through turns 3 and 4. Goulet on the bottom. McDonald right behind. Shannon is off at turn number 4. Goulet continues to lead. Josh McDonald the second. Austin Steinke third. David Horning fourth. Matt McDonald shuffle back to fifth. Problem for Goulet off of turn number 2. The leader slowing off of the second corner. Shannon Goulet been holding strong at the front for those first couple of laps, slowing on the back straight. Going back to the green this time. 18 laps to go now for Josh McDonald. Horning with a great jump from the outside of the second row. He'll look to the outside of McDonald through turns 1 and 2. Horning and McDonald side by side for the lead into turns 3 and 4. Contact further back. We stay green. McDonald and Horning still side by side. Oh, Steinke snapped way tight. Gathers it back up. 4 wide down the front straightaway. Banger and Anschutz through the middle. Anschutz going to grab the 4th spot off of the second corner. Josh McDonald to the lead now. Horning back into the second spot. Now Matt McDonald in third in the number 6M. Anschutz and Steinke go side by side down the front straightaway. Steinke looks to the inside of the 71 through turns 1 and 2. Now Anschutz to the inside of McDonald down the back straightaway. Side by side for third. Anschutz dives down to the inside through turns 3 and 4. He'll grab the 3rd spot. Side by side further back in the top 10 between Banger and the 8 of Tony Everard. Everard now to the inside of Steinke through turns 1 and 2. Josh McDonald out front here so far as Anschutz now closing in on David Horning for that second spot. Anschutz looks to the inside off of turn number 4. Nothing doing just yet. Horning back to the outside through turns 1 and 2. Anschutz on the bottom. Yellow flag stacking them up here on the front straightaway. 6 laps complete, 14 to go. Stacking them up on the front stretch. Multiple cars involved. Leads the field all alone on the front row through turns 3 and 4. Back to the green, 14 to go. Good start from Horning off of the low line all over McDonald in the turns 1 and 2. And here comes Anschutz to the outside. Horning looks to the inside of McDonald. 3 wide for the lead down the back straightaway. Anschutz on the outside. McDonald caught in the middle. Contact between him and Horning off of turn number 4 to the line. Drag race. Josh McDonald going to hold the lead. More contact into turns 1 and 2. Anschutz to the outside once again off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Side by side race for the lead into turns 3 and 4. Anschutz looking to go the long way around the number 6. Horning not going away though in the number 71. The 71H and the 71 go side by side through turns 1 and 2. Anschutz losing a little bit of ground to McDonald. Now he clears Horning down the back straightaway. Anschutz able to go back to the bottom through turns 3 and 4 to try and close in on Josh McDonald. Horning now under fire from Tony Everard for that third and final podium spot. Austin Steinke rounding up the top 5, and here comes the Eagle. Hand shuts down the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4, looking for a way by the number 6 of Josh McDonald. McDonald into turn number 1, solid on the low line. The top 3 starting to separate themselves from Tony Everard in the 4th spot. Hand shuts. Maybe with the faster race car, but just cannot find a way by the 6 of Josh McDonald as the car slows on the front straightaway. The 14 slow on the outside of turns 1 and 2. Under power still though, so we stay green. Still side by side for the lead through turns 3 and 4. Josh McDonald holding off Eddie Anschutz so far. That 14 car of Bennett Glidden, I believe, going to be able to exit the racing surface off of turn number 3, and he does so. Still, Josh McDonald holding off Eddie Anschutz so far at the front of the field. Horning not letting the top 2 get too far away. Everard now under fire from Austin Steinke for the 4th spot. A little bit of lap traffic to contend with. McDonald going to go to the outside of Ariana Ross. As through turns 3 and 4, a little bit of contact with the lap car. Oh, be careful. And the white flag flies. 1 more lap to go. We've shortened this race to 15 laps, so it's now or never for Eddie Anschutz. Down the back straightaway, Josh McDonald trying to hold off the Eagle through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Josh McDonald going to take the feature win in the street stocks. Eddie Anschutz in 2nd, David Horning in 3rd, Tony Everard 4th, and Austin Steinke rounds out the top 5. How about that, race fans? Eddie Anschutz gave it all that he had.
Side by side, 4 wide. It's time to salute because royalty is among us. And soon we will find out who is king. A beautiful sight all the way throughout 2024, which began back in April 24. Brad J. Miller leads the field down. 30-lap Bay Main is coming at you. The Wildman Watson Classic is underway. Scheffler able to slide back into the 2nd spot. Sawyer Speck getting shuffled back early on, falling all the way outside of the top 5 of the 99. It's Miller with the lead. Scheffler to the 2nd spot. 3rd now belongs to the 3 of Swedberg. Joel Bennett having himself a nice day in the 70s up to 4th. And running in the top 5 will be Justin Schmidt in the 97. All in a row down to the bottom. We'll see if the cars start to work their way up. See who decides to try to find a little bit of extra speed up there. All the room is there right now, but maybe not the grip. Remember back in August, Nick Gambling started to work his way up the racetrack late in that race. That's how he found himself in victory lane. He's running in the 6th spot right now behind what might be the best battle on the racetrack between Joel Bennett and Justin Schmidt. Schmidt had himself not the qualifying effort he was looking for, but certainly has the race pace tonight. Again, looking to the inside of the 7 of Joel Bennett, the race down the front stretch. Bennett's able to hold him off for now, but does leave the inside line open for Justin Schmidt. Can't quite make the run, but now has that right front to the left rear. Bennett tries to shut the door, but again, sliding up a bit sideways. Gets a good run off of Ford to hold on to the spot. Brad J. Miller back up front now, entering turn number 3. Will come across the line to lap number 7, setting a blistering pace early on. He'll put Tom Nayer to lap down. Nayer taking it into the infield. His race will end. Miller's lead continues to hold at about 2 car lengths. Then Scheffler and Swedberg 2nd and 3rd. The lap traffic is about to get a little bit thicker in front of your leaders. Here's Miller swinging to the outside of Parker Foster. He'll get past him, and then Foster is going to hold off Scheffler, and that's going to allow Swedberg to swing to the inside. Swedberg stealing 2nd. Foster did not get out of the way of Scheffler. Little bit of a miscommunication there on Foster's side. He will let Scheffler go, but the damage is done. Swedberg's up to second. Miller did shake free. Across the line down to lap number 10. A 20 left in this one. Brad J.J. Miller looking for a Jim Wildman Watson Classic win. Swedberg now in the second spot trying to track down Miller. Leaders is rolling through lap traffic. A little trouble for Tim Rolke in the 56. Will he have enough to get up on the racetrack? Oh, Mose got taken down by the 89 of Golden Rail as the yellow flag will come out for Rothy. Slowing on the backstretch. He was trying to get off, but just did not quite have enough power. It's Justin Schmidt. They round out the top 5 at the moment. With 11 laps completed, 19 remain. We're back to green. Miller gets away in a hurry, battle on for second, and suddenly Nick Gandelink is in the top 5 of the 15 as he sneaks around Justin Schmidt. Inside line is where it was at there on the restart. Look at Joel Bennett looking for the third spot. He'll go toe-to-toe with Scheffler. Scheffler doing everything he can up top, just not quite enough there for him to make that run off of the turn. So give third now to Joel Bennett. And here comes Nick Gandelink trying to take fourth away. A big-time traffic jam coming out of turn number 2 with Jamie Sider feeling a ton of heat. Everybody races away, though. Nearing halfway in this one. Miller and Swedberg have gotten away. Scheffler finding a little bit more life now on the outside line. He's gotten back past Gandelink, and now he's trying to get around Joel Bennett back in a third as we hit halfway. 15 gone, 15 to go. Here in the Wildman Watson Classic. Oh, trouble for Justin Schmidt in the 97. Bobbled, goes to the infield, will come back out. Loses about 6 spots, but carries on, does Justin Schmidt in the 97. Miller continues to lead, but his lead is still a bit on the anxious side as he has not been able to get away from Brett Swedberg. This time he does, though, and stretches it out to nearly 3/4 of a straightaway over Swedberg. So maybe Miller find a little something here as this run goes on. Scheffler lost ground on that outside line again. Gandelink up to fourth, and he was looking to the inside of Joel Bennett to see if he could take the third spot away. Could not do it, though. Here's Scheffler way up into the loose stuff that top on turn number 4. Doing everything he can and trying to find that extra touch of speed up top. Miller closing back in on lap traffic. This time by, it's going to be 20 down, 10 to go for Brad Miller. Miller around the lapper of Parker Foster. Here comes Brett Swedberg. He's going to have to make a move on Foster, but again, he gets caught up on the lap car. Swedberg swings to the high side quickly. Joel Bennett trying to sneak down to the inside. Foster is there, and that's going to allow Gandelink to go to the outside of Joel Bennett. It'll be that out for the third spot, but once again, that outside line just not quite enough grip. Bennett able to get back to third, and now Taylor Scheffler rejoins the battle in the 10S. Now some trouble. Parker Foster going to take it to the infield in the 35. Brad Miller again looking strong here at Plymouth Dirt Track. Has led this one since the drop of the green flag. Has yet to be challenged, but Brett Swedberg would love to change that. Keeping close quarters on Miller as they race through 1 and 2. But every time Swedberg closes it into a couple of car lengths, Miller's able to run away. Last chance might be coming up here for Swedberg as Miller starts to close in on lap traffic. It's Jamie Sider first, Joe Bongiorno, and then Chris Sortel. Meanwhile, battles on for fourth. Taylor Scheffler going to swing to the high side again on Gandelink, but once more the inside line prevails. And it's Gandelink able to get away from Taylor Scheffler. All good so far here. Now with 27 out for Brad J.J. Miller. 3 laps away from another Dirt Kings Tour win. A winner at Wilmot in 2017, the first last year for the Dirt King story, won at Angel Park as well. And now Miller does see Brett Swedberg closing in. It's going to be one final chance coming up here for Brett Swedberg as the white flag will fly. One to go for Brad Miller. Can he hold off Swedberg? Goes to the outside of Bongiorno. Opens up the inside for Swedberg. Takes a peek down low. They're side by side. And Brett Swedberg will take it at the line as Miller hits the wall. Oh my goodness. Miller heard the footsteps as the lap cars were closing in. Brett Swedberg was knocking on the door and he shoved it wide open in the final turns. Brett Swedberg takes the final checkered flag of 2024, and what a wild one it was in the Wildman Watson Classic. Miller does indeed come across the line in fourth, and it's more heartbreak for Brad J.J. Miller, who led 29 3/4 of a lap of this.
Radar and Sivia lead the field through turns 3 and 4. Down to the chalk stripe. We're green here at Plymouth. Good start from Radar on the bottom of the speedway. He'll stick down to that low line through turns 1 and 2. Here comes Sivia to the outside down the back straightaway. Can't get it done. He'll go back top shelf through turns 3 and 4. Radar on the low line. He'll grab the lead off of turn number 4 and lead lap number 1. Alan Hafford going to jump up into that third spot ahead of Tyler Cookhouse. Here comes Sivia once again to the outside off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Radar pulls back to the inside through turns 3 and 4. Sivia on the top, Radar on the bottom. Jimmy Sivia to the lead on lap number 2. Oh, but the yellow flag flies. Car spun around in turn number 4, the 14Z of Ryan Zelski. Sivia leads the field into turn number 4, 18 laps to go for the 91. Sivia with a great jump on the restart. He goes down to the bottom to protect through turns 1 and 2. Here comes Cookhouse on the outside. Looks to the outside of Hafford down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Sivia back top shelf through turns 3 and 4. Opens up the bottom for Zach Radar. Radar looks to take the lead down the front straightaway. Sivia back to the top through turns 1 and 2 through about the middle of the racetrack, about 2 lanes off the bottom. Cookhouse grabs the third spot from Hafford. Radar back low through turns 3 and 4. They pull side by side once again off of turn number 4. Sivia keeps the lead by just 42 thousandths of a second. Off of turn number 2, Zach Radar working that low lane to perfection. What a race for the lead. Jimmy Sivia on the top, Zach Radar on the bottom, and now here comes Tyler Cookhouse in the 7-11. Sivia went way high off of turn number 4, but somehow kept the lead. He goes back top shelf through turns 1 and 2. Zach Radar now falling back just a little bit, about 2 car lengths back of the number 91. Sivia up and over the cushion through turns 3 and 4. Zach Radar back to the lead down the front straightaway. Third lead change of the race, and now Radar slides up in front of Sivia. Sivia crosses him over down the back straightaway. Radar goes back low through turns 3 and 4, trying to get that lead back, but Jimmy Sivia on the top shelf. He'll maintain the lead. Another lead change number 4 of this race. Sivia got tight through turns 1 and 2. Here comes Cookhouse for nearly 3 wide down the back straightaway. Cookhouse to the outside of Radar through turns 3 and 4. Radar back to the inside of Sivia. 3-car race to the lead into turns 1 and 2. 8 down, 12 to go for Jimmy Sivia. Now Cookhouse works to the outside of Radar down the back straightaway. Zach Radar back low through turns 3 and 4, trying to get that second spot back, but Cookhouse working the top lane. Oh, Radar goes top shelf. Cookhouse tried to cross him over through turns 1 and 2. Couldn't make it stick at the number 7-11. Radar goes back low through turns 3 and 4. That might be the way to go. Top 1 and 2. Oh, excuse me. Yellow flag gonna fly. It turns 1 and 2. 21T of Mitchell Reich. I believe that was also the 52 of Craig Lager that was spun around. The 21T of Mitchell Reich facing the wrong direction over there in turns 1 and 2. The 52 of Sivia, Radar, and Cookshouse all go top shelf through turns 1 and 2, and all of them diamond off at turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Radar goes back low, Cookshouse back to the top shelf off at turn number 4. Radar closes back in on Sivia once again. Radar running top 1 and 2, bottom 3 and 4. That might be the way to go if he's got any speed on the top, but he snaps tight off of turn number 2. Cookshouse will try and sail it back around the outside of the 23Z. 3 wide, back further in the field between Seth Johnson, Rusty Egan, and Tristan Forsett. They do battle on the back half of the top 10 is now. Sivia went low through turns 1 and 2. Radar goes to the top through turns 3 and 4 now. Sivia running a little bit of a diamond line off of turn number 4. Radar all over the tail tank of Sivia off of turn number 2, and he drifts up just a little bit wide. Sivia running that diamond line is saving him right now. Oh, nearly into the back bumper of the 91 was the 23Z. Cookshouse just kind of hanging back right now, biding his time. 7 laps to go for Jimmy Sivia at the front of the field, side by side, further back between Tristan Forsett and Bryce Andrews. That's the battle for the 5th and final top 5 spot. Radar once again all over the back of Sivia. He goes low through turns 1 and 2, but Sivia gonna power away on the cushion. Gotta think Radar's gotta make that move down in turns 3 and 4. That seems to be the only place on the track the bottom is still liable. Radar once again will slide to the inside of Sivia through turns 1 and 2. Sivia powers back around the outside. Radar been so close, he'll send it back to the inside through turns 3 and 4. Try the slider, Sivia back around the outside once again. Sivia living up to the nickname right now, the high side hustler, getting it done here so far. Gotta think Radar's gotta get a good run off at turn number 2 and sail one down to the inside in 3 and 4. This time by just 3 laps to go for Jimmy Sivia. Radar's got to get close off of turn number 2 and sail it to the inside in turns 3 and 4, but he's not close enough this time. Closes back in on the entrance to turn number 3. Off of turn number 4, going to be tip of the green, 2 to go. Radar all over the back of Sivia through turns 1 and 2 once again. Oh, but he snapped tight in the middle of the corner. Can't get a gun run off, and here comes Cookshouse back into the picture once again. Off of turn number 4, the white flag's going to fly. 1 more lap to go. If Radar's got anything left, he's got to pull it out of the hat now, but he snapped tight, goes up and over the cushion. That might have won the race for Sivia. Down the back straightaway, Cookshouse going to have a look for second through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. The high side hustler gets it done at Plymouth. Radar in second, Cookshouse spun coming off of turn number 4. That means Tristan Forsett will be into the 3rd spot. Drama all the way to the end in that one, race fans. Getting it done here tonight at the Plymouth Third Track. In 3rd, the 57 of Tristan Forsett. 2nd, the 23Z of Zach Radart. And race fans living up to his nickname here tonight out of Winthrop Harbor, Illinois, Jimmy Sivia. Conrad on the front row. The final A-main of the night comes to the green off of turn number 4. Oh my goodness, and we've stacked them up already. Off of turn number 4. And we'll come to the green for 20 laps. Excuse me, Cody Schrader now to the outside of the front row. He'll grab the lead through turns 1 and 2. Cleanse back to second. Jaden Schmidt working on the inside down the back straightaway. Cody Schrader to the lead, and he will lead the first circuit. Cleanse in second. Mike Cleanse in second. Jaden Schmidt in third. Matt Cleanse in fourth. Now Schmidt looks to the inside of Mike Cleanse down the back straightaway. Cleanse up top, Schmidt on the bottom. Jaden Schmidt moves up into the second spot. Now it's a cleanse on cleanse battle for the 3rd and final podium spot. Mike leads, or excuse me, that's Jeff Bodendorfer now. Up into the 4th spot, challenging the 17 of Mike Cleanse into turns 3 and 4. Cody Schrader down the front straightaway continues to lead at the 20C through turns 1 and 2. The Manitowoc driver setting the pace early here tonight. Jaden Schmidt in that second spot. Clens, Bodendorfer, and Clens round out the top 5. Then Tim Robbins, Mike Simons, Gary Yankee, Austin Winkle, and Randy Markworth Jr. Schmidt now under fire from Clens once again. That battle for second's been good all race long. Schmidt washes up off at turn number 4, opens up the bottom lane momentarily, but shuts it right back up into turns 1 and 2. That time by 5 laps in, 15 to go for Cody Schrader, and he's starting to check out on Jaden Schmidt in the lead. And now Bodendorfer sends it down to the inside. He'll grab the 3rd spot from Mike Clens off at turn number 4. Jeff Bodendorfer in the number 95 starting to close in and now to the inside of Schmidt down the back straightaway. The 95 machine hooked up here so far. Thought about sending it to the inside, but he'll let Schmidt wash up wide. Bodendorfer now to 2nd. Does the 95 have anything for Cody Schrader? Schrader about 3/4 of a straightaway lead at the front of the field as the yellow flag flies. Car spun around in turns 1 and 2. That's one of the Yankee cars. I believe it was the 79 of Gary Yankee. So here we go. Cody Schrader leads the field back to the green. 13 laps to go. Good restart from Schrader. Clens looks to the outside through turns 1 and 2. Oh, car stacking up back in the field, but we stay green. So Bodendorfer to 2nd. Clens will be 3rd. Matt Clens up to 3rd. Now Mike Clens back to 4th. Tim Robbins in 5th. 24 of Jaden Schmidt exited the racetrack. Didn't see that one. In the top 5 meanwhile, and now here comes Mike Simons, the former Wilmot Raceway regular, working his way up towards the top 5 as he starts to close in on Tim Robbins. Meanwhile, down the back straightaway, the top 2 starting to set sail. And the rest of the field, they're stacking up in turns 1 and 2. The yellow flag flies. Everybody kept rolling, but they all came to a pretty much dead stop. Bunch of cars stacked up behind the 25 of Mike Simons. He can do with 11 laps to go here at Plymouth. Schrader's going to hit high, dive low. We're back racing. Bodendorfer solidly into 2nd. Clens slots in behind the 95 through turns 1 and 2. The other Clens, Mike Clens, shoves Tim Robbins up the hill. Robbins trying to hold on to that 4th spot, but he dives into turns 3 and 4, going to wash up the hill. And now here comes, I believe, Mike Simons on the bottom of the racetrack. He'll jump up into the 5th spot. Cody Schrader still your leader as he works through turns 3 and 4. Bodendorfer in the 2nd spot. Matt Clens, Tim Robbins, and now Mike Simons up into the 4th spot in the 25. The Simons family, such a huge part of the Jim Wildman Watson Classic, and Mike Simons putting on a show in the number 25 here so far. And a yellow flag flies. Car spun around at turn number 2. It's Brendan Ostrowski. Brendan Ostrowski had just rejoined the field of number 27, finds himself spun around in turn number 2. So now I'm going to park it in Jim Wildman Watson Classic Victory Lane here tonight. And we're back racing. Good restart from Schrader once again. Bodendorfer follows him through turns 1 and 2. Clens chops the nose off of the 25 of Mike Simons. He solidifies himself up in 4th, and now Clens and Robbins go side by side on the back straightaway. Still hard racing for 6th on back. More contact through turns 3 and 4 as the back of the field goes 3 wide. Yankee and Winkle leaning on each other through turns 1 and 2. And oh, Yankee, something looked like it might have broke on the 79, and he slows down the back straightaway and pulls it into the infield. Cody Schrader out front and gone, looking to put this one in the books. 6 laps to go for the 20C this time by. Bodendorfer still in 2nd, best battle on the racetrack for the 3rd spot. Mike Simons closing in on Clens through turns 1 and 2. That car snapped a little bit tight on him, but he gets back underneath it. Down the back straightaway they go. Mike Clens holding on to the 5th and final top 5 spot. It's Tim Robbins on the outside looking in, and he's bringing Randy Markworth Jr. with him. Cody Schrader out front and gone in his own zip code of the 20C off of turn number 4. This time by 4 more laps to go for Schrader. Schrader down the back straightaway. Again, best battle on the track is for the 5th and final top 5 spot between Clens and Robbins. Clens dove low through turns 3 and 4. Almost came to a complete stop. Robbins had to get way on the brakes to not go into the back of the number 17. Schrader off of turn number 4, tip of the green, 2 to go for the 20C. Bodendorfer in the second spot still solidly as well. The 18 of Matt Clens in the 3rd and final podium spot is through turns 3 and 4. Cody Schrader's going to see the white flag. 1 more lap to go. Schrader off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway for the final time. A dominant performance in tonight's A-main by the driver out of Manitowoc. And off of turn number 4, Cody Schrader takes the win in the modifieds here tonight. Jeff Bodendorfer in the second spot. Matt Clens holds off Mike Simons for 3rd, and Mike Clens rounds out the top 5. How about it, race fans? We have officially beat Mother Nature here tonight. Cody Schrader gets the final checkered flag of the night at the Jim Wildman Watson Classic. Race fans, we thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Thank you so much for braving the weather, and what a job by the track crew and all the officials and all the drivers here tonight. 840 and all 4 features complete. Thank you all for coming out here tonight, supporting this great event. On behalf of myself, Matt up here in the booth, everybody with the Wisconsin Wigwa Sprint Car Series, the Dirt Kings Late Model Tour, the Modifieds, and the Street Stocks back there in the pits, and everybody here at the Plymouth Dirt Track, we thank you all so much for coming out. Please all have a safe trip home, and we'll see you back right here next Saturday night for the Wisconsin Sprint Car Championships. Thank you, everybody, and have a safe trip home.